Mo Wagner re-signs with the Orlando Magic, and I'm going to tell you why the New York Knicks dropped the ball with him. All that and much more on the Knicks Digest. What's up, guys? It's your boy Dariel from Knicks Digest. Let's get right into today's video. So let's take a look at a Woj bomb. Free agent forward center Mo Wagner is returning to the Orlando Magic on a 2-year, $22 million deal. Wagner averaged 10.8 points and 4.3 rebounds in 80 games for the Eastern Conference 5th seed. Now listen, man, I'm not talking about Mo Wagner as if we signed him, he was going to be the Knicks savior. I'm not saying that at all. But with the recent news of Isaiah Hartenstein leaving to go to OKC, and now our second big man is completely vacant. We don't have a reliable second big man coming off the bench. And on top of that, we don't have a reliable starting center. A reliable starting center and Mitchell Robinson, who last season played 30 games. Look at that, 2023-2024 season, 31 games, averaging 5.6 points, 8.5 rebounds, 0.6 assists, 57.5% from the field. Listen, man, Mitchell Robinson, you're our guy, all right? As long as you have that New York Knicks jersey on, Knicks fans, we're going to ride for you forever and ever. But, man, yo, you got to stay on the court, bro. You got to stay on the court. And especially with this upcoming season where we just got Mikal Bridges, where we just re-signed OG Anunoby, we finally have a legit shot of going to the NBA Finals. Of course, we got to get past the Boston Celtics. Now, that's a conversation for another day. But we have OG and Mikal Bridges who are able to slow down. Nobody's going to be able to shut down Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. But we have two perfect perimeter defenders to slow down Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, which then gives Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle all the room and all of the opportunity to go crazy on the offensive end. We don't have to worry about either or getting in foul trouble. Mitchell Robinson, we need you to stay healthy this upcoming season. So, going back to Mo Wagner. First of all, let's take a look at his numbers. So this past season, like the big number that I'm looking at, he played in 80 games in the 2023-2024 season. 10.9 points, 4.3 rebounds, 1.2 assists, converting 60.1% from the field, 33% from three-point land. And one thing that I'll say about Mo Wagner, he might get laughed at, he might get jokes because, I don't know, Mo Wagner was in the league before Franz Wagner, his brother, got in the league. But I don't know. I think the jokes that I've seen on the internet is saying that the only reason why he's still on the Orlando Magic, or the only reason why he's still in the league, is because Franz Wagner is a better player as of right now, and then Franz Wagner might have a little bit of pull with the Orlando Magic, so he made them re-sign Mo Wagner. But what I want to highlight with Mo Wagner, if you have seen him play, now this past season, I definitely saw the 2 games where they played Orlando in the Garden, and then when we went down there to Orlando to play. But the Orlando Magic, they were actually a team that I was keeping my eye on because probably a good portion towards the end of the season, it looked like the Knicks were going to match up against the Orlando Magic in the first round. And I know I put out some videos talking about, like, I'm not overlooking the Orlando Magic. I'm not overlooking them. I'm a little worried because at that time, of course, Julius Randle was out with that shoulder injury. I think Mitchell Robinson was he was still out with that ankle injury and getting ankle surgery. I was definitely worried if we were going to be matching up against the Orlando Magic, especially matching up with Paolo Banchero, who's going to be a bona fide all-star. He made the all-star team in his second season, which was this past season. And now he has that playoff experience, going to 7 games in the first round against the Cleveland Cavaliers, losing in 7. So next season, Paolo Banchero, I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye on him and the Orlando Magic even more. But this past season that just happened, I was keeping my eye on them, how they were progressing through the season. And they have talent, man. Jalen Suggs, Paolo Banchero, who I just finished talking about, Franz Wagner, Mo Wagner, Wendell Carter Jr., Gary Harris. Like, they have talent on that team. Jonathan Isaac, who, again, there was a portion of the season where he was actually finally able to stay healthy, and he looked like he was a second coming of Dennis Rodman, but with a little bit better of an offensive game, being able to stretch the floor, hit the 3. That's been Jonathan Isaac's knock for his entire career. He just can't seem to stay healthy and stay on the floor. But I was keeping my eye on the Orlando Magic. And the one thing that I saw from Mo Wagner that I absolutely loved from him was he was just talking smack. He was always talking smack. He was always going on the floor. And whenever he had a nice move, whenever he scored a bucket on somebody, he made it be known that he was here, that he was on the court, that you definitely got to guard him. And watching his game, man, I think he's like 6'10". He might be around like 6'10", 6'11", pushing 7 feet. He has a three-pointer. He can space the floor. He can put the ball on the floor. He has a post-up game. There were a few times this season where he had a couple of highlights when he was putting somebody in the hoop. where he was putting somebody on a poster and he was also talking his stuff. He was letting it be known. That's just something I like to see in players. It lets me know like how confident you are, and it lets me know just like you're not somebody who's going to be out on the floor and everybody can just roll up on you. And again, there is a vacancy with the backup big man. Mitchell Robinson is our starting five, and Big Mitch, I'm sorry to keep doing this to you, bro, but I got to keep bringing it up. You're not reliable, bro. We need you to be reliable for a season. We need to see it. And speaking of the Orlando Magic, yesterday it was reported that another big for the Orlando Magic, Goga Bitadze, signed a 3-year, $25 million contract. Now, am I upset that the Knicks couldn't get him? Between Mo Wagner and Goga Bitadze, I definitely wanted Mo Wagner more, but Goga got taken off the board. Mo Wagner, by the time this video is being put out, it got taken off the board, so we ended up with nothing. But some of the available free agents, big free agents, I think Daniel Theis is still available. Thomas Bryant, I believe, is still available. Dario Saric is still available. James Wiseman, I'm looking at a tweet right now. It said that he was still available, but I do remember seeing a tweet earlier in the day today. I forgot what team he went to, but he's off the board. James Wiseman, side note, I think the Warriors gave up on him way too fast. The Warriors were in the middle of like still trying to contend, but also still trying to build young players. And the season where he got drafted, it was a weird season. It was a COVID year, so there wasn't really a lot of tape on him. And then on top of that, like the only tape that the Golden State Warriors had was high school. And I believe he played like maybe a month or two in Memphis, and then something happened, and then he just dropped, and then he just stopped playing. So I still think James Wiseman is I still think James Wiseman is an absolute project. And if I was a GM running a team, I would definitely take a chance on him. I forgot what team signed him, man. I really wish I remembered. But whoever signed him, I think it's a really good pickup. He's still young. He's super agile, able to get up and down the floor. He has a nice touch to his game. He has a nice back to the basket type of game. And we'll see what happens with him. I could be totally wrong and maybe like a few seasons from now, but I still think it's way too early to give up on him. But going back to Mo Wagner and the Orlando Magic, even though he's off the board, I'm taking at the names that were available at some point in this big man free agency. Obviously, Isaiah Hartenstein, he left the Knicks. He left us to go to the Thunder. Nick Claxton signed with the Brooklyn Nets. I think it was 4 years, $100 million contract. Jonas Valanciunas, which is that kind of hurt too. Seeing him go to the Wizards, I don't know the exact amount of money, but I 100% believe that it was strictly about money, because who's going to the Washington Wizards to actually be basketball happy? Nobody. Andre Drummond is another one that kind of hurts my heart going to the Philadelphia 76ers. That would have been a perfect backup big man. Jalen Smith actually signed a deal going to the Chicago Bulls from Phoenix. Goga Bitadze from the Orlando Magic, I just finished talking about. Mason Plumlee from the Clippers going to the Suns. I believe that deal is maybe like 1 year or 2 years. I'm not sure the exact amount of money and the exact amount of years. But, I mean, Mason Plumlee, nice, big, solid NBA veteran. My heart isn't as hurt for the Knicks not really being able to pick him up. But Xavier Tillman just re-signed with the Boston Celtics. James Wiseman, I just finished talking about. Precious Achiuwa, I believe, is still out there, and you guys know how I feel about Precious. Get him out of here, kid. Get him out of here. The guy can't catch a ball. I don't care. Chris, if you're watching this, I don't care if you like him. Get him out of here. I want my NBA player, I want my professional basketball player to be able to catch the ball and able to, if you're shooting three-pointers, I want you to be able to at least hit the rim consistently, not hit 2 3-pointers in a row and then completely airball it. I'm not a Precious Achiuwa fan unless next season he comes in just absolutely stepping up his game, being able to catch the ball. I want to see off-season workouts of him playing with tennis balls. I want to see him catching tennis balls in the post, working the sand dunes. I want to see something from Precious Achiuwa that's going to make me change my mind about him. Bringing it full circle. Now, am I super disappointed that the New York Knicks weren't able to sign Mo Wagner? I'm not crying about it. I'm not going to absolutely dispel whatever Leon Rose and World Wide West have been able to do up until this point. But I think Mo Wagner was actually one of the better backup bigs that were available, and we weren't able to sign him. So now we're kind of in limbo, and I don't know exactly who else is out there. I just went through the list, and throughout the whole list, the only names that I think, I'm going through my Rolodex in my mind, the names that I see in front of me that I think haven't signed yet, I think Daniel Theis, Thomas Bryant, Dario Saric, and Precious Achiuwa. I think everybody else has already signed. And out of all those names, Daniel Theis is kind of intriguing, but I don't know, man. I'm just thinking of that big man coming off the bench when Mitchell Robinson is going to be taking some minutes, and then we all know Mitchell Robinson is going to miss a minimum 20 to 25 games, and that's me being kind. I could push it to 30. So if Mitchell Robinson is going to be missing anywhere from 20 to 30 games, Daniel Theis is going to be the starting big. I don't know how I feel about that, man. Oh man, just thinking about it right now in real time, man, we need to hit that big man. We need to nail it, man. Hopefully there's someone out there that we're not really seeing, and maybe tomorrow, maybe later on in the week, we get a surprising signing by Leon Rose. And one itty bitty last thing before I wrap up the video. I did talk a little bit about Mo Wagner's game, three-pointer. He can stretch the floor, put the ball on the floor. He's not scared of anybody. But one thing that I think that we're definitely gonna miss with Isaiah Hartenstein leaving is his playmaking ability, being able to initiate the backdoor cut from Brunson or Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, or the amount of back cuts that we saw this season that Isaiah Hartenstein was able to convert. That's a little portion of his game that we're gonna miss. Isaiah Hartenstein being in that paint, hitting that awkward left-handed floater, that's something we're gonna miss. We just need somebody that's able to provide a little bit of offense, which is why I was keying in on Mo Wagner. And I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, man. But hopefully we get somebody. Hopefully we get somebody that's able to provide a little bit of offense, because I don't want to pick up a backup big that's strictly defensive oriented like Mitchell Robinson. But guys, that's it for today's video. I want to say thank you so much for checking it out. Leave it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your takes. Let me know what you guys think about Mo Wagner and the Knicks not being able to sign him. Are you guys on my side? Do you think the Knicks should have definitely targeted him after Isaiah Hartenstein left? Or do you think we're okay right now and Leon Rose has something up his sleeves? But until next time, you know the drill, you know the vibes. Jalen Brunson for all the MVPs. The deuce is loose. For co-MVP, Taj Gibson, I did not forget about you. Don't worry, you my boy, bro. I did not forget about you. Taj Gibson for president, wherever you are. Mikal Bridges for Defensive Player of the Year. And until next time, you know the drill, you know the vibes. I'm out, baby. Knicks, let's go, baby. Peace.